What's up, guys? It's Filipe here from Auto Brothers Garage, and I'm pulling up to Alex's right now, and we're about to head out to the event. So we're about to get to his house right now. This is his neighborhood. We just filled up. We're gonna stop by a gas station though to pick up some cash. Let's see where he's at. Oh, he's here. What's up? It's all loaded up. Got the spare axles. Let's see. Looking good. Ready to go. Alright, so we just got to Hector's house. He's finishing packing up. It's supposed to rain, but I don't know, it feels good out. It's usually hot as hell when we do these events. Yeah, we're all set up. Looking good. So we made it to the event. We're over here with John's car. So this car is used for Lone Star events, and it's been used in Formula Drift. A really sweet setup. You can take a close look at it. So nice. Really clean. Get the Sakuras. So what kind of ECU tune is it?
It's actually just a stock ECU with a piggyback called Nistune.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's just like a soldered-on daughter board.
Nice.
I wanted to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Because the previous setup had a Haltech E6K on it.
Oh yeah.
And it had a lot of problems. It's compared to modern ECUs, that the E6K is way old.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something a little bit more up to date, and yeah, didn't want to mess with have to do with messing with standalone. Originally, I was going to try and keep it as stock as possible. Mm-hmm. But
I mean, that's how it usually goes. You're trying to keep it stock, and you end
yeah.
up going crazy.
Then it's like one thing after another.
It looks so good though. Those
Yeah,
headers are wild.
Yeah, everything's. The clearances are really tight in there.
Yeah.
I mean, in order to do like a clutch job, the engine has to come out.
Yeah.
Because it's just there's not enough room.
Yeah, it looks nice and tight there.
Yeah.
I'm sure the power ratio is plenty though.
A little too much. That's actually why I'm out here to do some testing.
Yeah.
Because this is a whole new setup in the rear. It's a new rear axle, new rear suspension.
Oh yeah. What kind of rear end are you running now?
It's like a super rear end.
Okay.
But so it's got a cause LSD in it. But that rear end will support up to about 400 horsepower, 400 or 500 horsepower.
Cool.
And the factory one will do, well, I kept on braking stuff at about 250.
250, yeah.
So,
I mean, that sounds about right.
yeah.
That's cool though.
Didn't really like it.
Yeah. We're here at the event and I already took a few laps. So what a lot of people don't understand is how hard you have to work to drift a Corolla. It's not easy, especially when you're underpowered, and that's the fun part of it. And a lot of people kind of don't really understand that, because there's the high horsepower side of drifting, and then there's the underpowered side of drifting. And I really enjoy the underpowered side, but it's way tougher. So I put 30 in the front, 30 psi, and that was too much. I actually brought it down to 25. I was understeering a lot, and that's one thing that you tend to get a lot on these Corollas, is a lot of understeering. But I went ahead and I brought it down to like 20, 23 psi, and I just took a run and it felt a lot better. You know, it's not amazing. It's still super hard. I'm still working hard to drift it, but it's a lot better, and I'm making progress today. The course layout they have is kind of more of a high-speed layout, so especially for an underpowered car like mine, it's a lot harder, but I'm making it work. You know, a lot of Corolla drivers would understand where it's coming from. You might look at my handwork and how hard I'm working, and some people might call it sloppy, but it's actually not. It's actually what you have to do to drive a Corolla that's underpowered with no power steering. That's just how it works. But we're about to film the next lap, and hopefully I do a good one so you guys can actually get an idea of how I'm doing things. So halfway through the drift day, and I've been having a good time. The car's running good, hasn't really skipped a beat. All that happened was I cracked the front bumper a little bit. I hit a cone. It's all right, it happens. And it dropped and it cracked a little bit, but I'm just glad I didn't run it over and split it in half. It's insane turnout. There's a lot of cars here. But yeah, having a great time. Everyone enjoying themselves. No broken cars, so that's a good thing. So yeah, it's a good time, a good event. So come out, check it out. Come out to San Antonio if you get a chance to. So this is my friend Eric's car. He's still under construction, but this thing's gonna be one of the most badass 240s here in San Antonio. Super clean. He has a Spirit Ray kit at home for it. Vertex wheel, bright seats, Blitzo 3s, beautiful engine bay. Thing's awesome. Beautiful car. So this is how you should build a 240. It's missing the bumpers, side skirts, but it's gonna be finished pretty soon. So here we are, next day. Drift event was awesome, insane turnout. There was actually a lot of people there this time around. San Antonio Raceway actually advertised. So they usually don't advertise just through the Facebook really, but this time they went around and they sent emails out to everyone. So there was a insane turnout. a lot of good drivers. Usually you get like a bigger turnout when it's like an event like Paul Walker Memorial or Fast and the Furious events, themed events that they have, and probably their drag nights too, but not so much for drifting. But this time around there was a lot of people, and it was awesome seeing all these spectators there. You know, these people that probably have never seen drifting before or have only heard of it, you know, actually witnessing it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it was just awesome. My car stayed together all of Night Beast, and a lot of my friends had no problems. Their cars ran smooth. My car ran great. You can definitely tell the difference of the motor, the fact that it's a little stronger. It's not a lot of horsepower, but you definitely feel that it's stronger. The other motor was just so old, and this motor only has 500 miles, and you can definitely feel it. You know, the motor just feels strong. So but yeah, it was just a good time, and I enjoyed it in the car. It ran really good. It was definitely hard to drive because my tires are in the rear, at least, were new. If I would have had new tires in the front, that would have been great, but my tires in the rear were actually new. Even though they're smaller, and that's why I was running them in the back, they were still, you know, hard to break loose. So I did what I could with what I had. It sure as hell doesn't help that my car is a single cam carbureted with only 70 wheel horsepower. So I mean, that definitely doesn't help, and the fact that I have no power steering doesn't help either. But it feels really good, and I still had a blast. I wouldn't change anything, you know, besides having sticky tires in the rear. I would have still ran this setup because it feels good and it's fun to drive. So next event, I'm gonna film too. I'm actually fixing my bumper because that's all that happened. I bumped into a cone once, my bumper dropped, and it just kind of scraped it a little bit. It was still kind of attached, so because I did a pretty good job at attaching it, so it was still intact, nothing but some little chips that I'm fixing right now, because I don't like for my stuff to be like broken and cracked and zip tied. Like, besides zip tying it on, I don't like running like zip tie stitching and none of that. Like, I like my bumper to look nice and clean. I'm gonna paint it again and just make it look nice. You know, it takes a lot of work, and it's a lot of extra work that you could save when you just zip tie, but I don't know, to me looking cool is a pretty big deal, and I like my car to look together and look as good as possible. So I'm gonna finish doing that right now. I'm actually gonna film a video on that, so you guys can watch that on the next episode. But thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support. Keep watching. I'm gonna keep posting videos. Remember to like and subscribe and comment on the videos, because I definitely appreciate all the comments that you guys leave. Thanks. Peace.